Hi everyone. So I have the first question right in front of me, right here. I'm going to read the question and then we will get into the answering part of it. Okay, let me read it exactly how it came to me. I'm starting to notice that I'm turning into my father in ways I really don't want to. Interesting. Especially in how I react to certain situation, events, or people. It bothers me so much because as a child, when I saw this, I said to myself, I'll never behave like this. Not because he's not a good person, it's just certain habits that do not align with me, but I still act like my father. How do I shift them? First of all, that's a powerful observation, and kudos for being aware, something that which most people don't even realize and live their entire life acting from the old patterns. So kudos to you. There's a simple truth that I often talk about when it comes to patterns. And one of the powerful things that we need to remember is what we resist, we persist. So when you resist a certain behavior or a mindset towards your parents, resistance meaning that we already have a little bit of judgment that he or she is not doing the right thing, or he or she could have done this better. So that's where the resistance is formed. It can be about anything, how they manage things, how they handle situations, or how they be in relationships. It can be anything. That resistance actually keeps the energy of that pattern alive in you. So the very first step is, instead of absorbing it, you observe it. Acknowledge. Acknowledge it in your head when you see something like that happening, or when you find yourself behaving like that. Acknowledge, yes, my parents have this quality, and I see the shades of it in me too. That's where you become an observer of the pattern and not really being absorbed by the pattern. So that's the first step. When you do that, you already create a space of awareness for yourself. And from that space, the next time you find yourself in a similar situation, you will, instead of automatically reacting in the similar way, you will consciously choose to act or think differently. That very moment itself, that conscious choice, is where the old pattern starts to dissolve. I'll give you a good example from my own life. I know my mother has this habit. So if a doctor prescribes her medicines for, let's say, 4 to 5 days, let's say medication for 5 days, by third or fourth day, she's feeling fine, better, so much better. She would skip the last day medication because she thinks, why to put additional medicine in the body where she has her own way, she has her own reasons. And I often tried explaining her, mommy, this is not how it works, mommy, please eat the do the entire dosage or anything like that. And recently what happened, I visited my dentist, and my dentist was on something very regular checkup, some sensitivity, and my dentist prescribed me a certain toothpaste to be applied. Now uh, I'm very choosy when it comes to the ingredients in the toothpaste. So the minute he suggested that, I made a note of it, but mentally I went like, I'm not going to use it. And that's exactly what I did. I came back home without buying that toothpaste. And because I do my daily review, on that day when I was going to bed, I had a good laugh thinking that, oh my God, did I just not behave like my mother, thinking that I'm much more smarter than the doctor or the dentist? And I decided not to buy that toothpaste. So I am, in a way, acting just like my mother. And that is something and that's not a healthy pattern, right? And that's where I decided, oh my God, I need to break this pattern. The very next day, I called the pharmacy and I ordered the toothpaste. I did apply it as it was prescribed by my dentist. And that is exactly what you need to do. Just be aware of it, consciously act differently than how you would have acted in the past. That very moment, the conscious choice, it breaks the pattern. There's a new new way, new pathway is been created, how you respond or react to the situation. And while I say this, I also say that while you acknowledge this and while you realize the patterns which are unhealthy, it is also very important to move towards acceptance towards your parents especially, and towards everybody else. And that is very one, one powerful mindset that really helped me. I think this comes from words of Maya Angelou. I exactly don't know the words, but this is what it means. It says, if they would have known better, they would have done better. And that shift in the mindset will help you move from the resistance into compassion, both for yourself and for the other person, in this case parent. And of course there are many different tools and techniques that I teach in my one-on-one sessions that can help you break deeper patterns. So this is something where, a small pattern that I had a realization, and how I can change or break or dissolve the pattern. So but the journey begins with the awareness. And kudos again, once again, kudos for having this awareness. And I'm sure all the best for breaking all the unhealthy patterns that you observe within you. Maybe you're carrying it from your parents, from your environment. All the best to you. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any further questions. Thank you.